Welcome to the Wrestling Stone Cold Podcast. My name's Cam, and that's Mark.
How y'all doing? Appreciate you joining in.
All right, so Hell in a Cell 2020 just wrapped. Man, did they pick a real weird way to set up this show?
A little different, yeah.
Like the main match that I cared about was the first one up. Well, besides the kickoff, did you watch the kickoff by any chance?
No, I didn't. I don't usually. I don't usually get the chance to catch the kickoff, honestly.
So it was Drew Gulak versus R-Truth.
And now that would have been perfect to watch. That probably would have been better put on the main card, honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, it's better than a couple of matches from the main card. All I gotta tell you is Drew Gulak pissed off R-Truth by punting Little Jimmy.
Ooh, man, I gotta watch that one. Man. I gotta go back and watch that.
It's the kickoff. It's probably about a half hour in that it happens. Yeah.
All right.
Honestly,
I don't really want to stick around and watch the entire broadcaster's kickoff show and doing the analysts and all that stuff or all that. So, anyways,
I just threw it on to have something on, and
yeah.
I know the last pay-per-view they had an R-Truth match somewhat hidden in the kickoff as well. Honestly, he didn't disappoint. I honestly think this probably should have been the first match on the main card.
Honestly, I can by far agree with you because I didn't even get to watch the match, but anything has R-Truth on it has something good in it.
Oh, and he paid respect to the wrestler he idolized growing up, John Cena.
I love his. I love when he says that. It's hilarious. Yeah, like he sported some singing gear.
No. Some of the moveset. He did the 5-knuckle shuffle.
That's a childhood hero, man.
Yeah.
Interesting. He's a little older than him too.
Yeah. It's only an R-Truth.
I know. It's fun. It's phenomenal. It's hilarious. They need to do. The more they put R-Truth on the card, the more time, the better off the show is. That's my view.
And at this point, the 24/7 title is just gonna be attached to R-Truth. Like,
well, absolutely, it's his title.
It's his title. It's kind of like the hardcore title being, attributed to certain people like Crash Holly and Hardcore Holly and Mick Foley. It's gonna definitely be attached to R-Truth, which that's completely fine. He's like the 49th time 24/7 champion or something like that.
I think it's 45 now.
Whichever.
He's got plenty of times on, but I find that those segments, and matches and so forth, more entertaining than a lot of things, at least on that product. So, but yeah, I think it's great.
So the first match, which honestly I thought they would close up the show with this, but the first match was Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso.
Yep.
Jey Uso got a lot more offense in this time.
Yeah, I was glad to see that. Like if it would have dragged like it did last time in the fashion it did, it would have been not as obviously entertaining. But there was better storytelling in this match, a lot more on the line.
And Jimmy still got involved.
Yeah, Jimmy still got involved. Absolutely. I thought it was okay for him to do that for what he did. I'm kind of glad that it didn't close out the show. I don't think it was quite as worth as the other two, at least in the story. But that's the way it went around. I thought,
Okay, so
huh?
I was gonna say, then I guess you and I disagree there because I thought it was really well story told, actually.
Well, I guess I felt there was more action with the women's match and with Drew and Orton. That's what I was getting at. I'm just
okay.
On paper, we see it as, well, this is very personal. Even though Reigns was going to walk out the title, it was still it's very personal. So but I think obviously in hindsight's one thing, but obviously we see it, and it's like, okay, so it's better off that we kind of went in a different direction. But I thought, the women would probably close out the show after I've seen that, but obviously not. But I thought I thought they would have been a better ending on definitely, and definitely were.
What do you think about him using the guillotine choke now as a submission?
Just something a little different. That's whatever. That's fine. Not too much to really think on it, honestly. But try and change it up a little bit.
I think it's necessary for him to have it.
Yeah, you don't use submission moves usually, so I think it's a good change for him. Good thing it goes good with his new style character.
Mm-hmm. And someone commented on one of the Facebook groups that I'm part of for wrestling that, like, what would you name it? Someone called it "Hail to the Chief." I'm like, well, I mean, that kind of works with his character. But yeah, he basically cons Jimmy Uso into a vulnerable position and locks him in the guillotine choke to make Jay quit so that Reigns would let go of the chokehold.
Yeah.
And then you have Alpha and Sika at the ramp that put the delay on Roman, and I don't know what to think of that.
It's like families dividing to stop with that. I don't know if we're going to see Rikishi in time doing something, but
yeah.
I don't know what the storyline's done with as far as with the Usos or
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either. As he's still going to want to be called "Call me the High Chief" or Tribal Chief, whatever. Sorry, and
the Tribal Chief.
And I don't think it's quite done yet, but I don't know where they're going to take it now. But if they do, they need to bring in Rikishi for something too, I think. But I do like when they got really real and personal, and Jimmy's hollering out, this is Josh laying down. It's like, okay, we're going to get a little more real with this thing. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's when you can get more real with stuff, that's when it can be a lot better too. So it was all right match. I was glad to see Jay get some more offense and get some good licks in there to get a little payback and see what happens on SmackDown next week.
And I really dug how Jay basically used the strap to choke out Roman.
Yeah, absolutely. That was good too. It was he was kind of more at mercy and just kind of came out of nowhere and put a spear on him. But I was like, okay, but
and you and I talked about this a little bit. There's a post that I saw that was pretty funny. It was a meme, and it said, "Fans, we want Roman versus Rock." Vince goes, "Okay, Roman versus Goldberg. You got it, pal." And
Roman versus Goldberg. Wow.
Which is what they were going to do last WrestleMania.
This past WrestleMania, there's supposed to be that way. And,
ended up being Braun and Goldberg.
Yeah.
Well, was that next match Otis, right?
Oh yeah, you know what? What would you rank this match?
Oh, I dug it, man. It was an easy 8.
I can go along with 7. 7.
Yeah, you and I have differ in the storytelling. That's why. Because I really like that Roman played up like, I don't even know who I am anymore, just to get Jimmy to put down his defense and then lock him in the guillotine. It's like, okay, you're a dick heel. I like this.
Oh yeah, he definitely is by far. All right, let's go to Otis. And you're talking about.
Yeah, the next one was Otis and Miz, wasn't it?
No, it was Hardy and Elias.
That's right, Hardy and Elias. So with Hardy and Elias, the match that had no build and excuse me, I had to swallow there. This match had like no build, and then it was kind of a throwaway match. They did things back and forth a little bit, and you can tell it's just to bring Elias in to be able to get him back and where people know who he is now that he's been gone for a while. And ends in a disqualification where Elias goes for the guitar, Hardy grabs it, hits him with the guitar, and at that point gets disqualified, which is kind of a weird feeling because I picked Hardy to win this one. Technically, Elias won it via DQ, but did he really win it, you know?
Yeah. It was a good way. I guess it was fair enough way to get some more revenge and also continue the storyline on down the road, on down from now. I called it, and I was like, it's going to be DQ or it's going to be Elias winning. I was thinking Elias would be the one to get DQ'd, but Jeff got some revenge with the guitar, so I'll go along and give it a 5.5.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. I gave it closer to 5. It's kind of like 4.5 to 5.
Yeah.
Just because it was a throwaway match. It looked like, they teased Hardy going high spots on the outside and on the apron. Which honestly, I've looked at when Elias was across the apron and it looked like Hardy was going to do a swanton. I'm like, oh boy, Hardy's going to hurt himself. I was full on convinced he was too. But yeah, I did not dig this match at all.
Yeah, it could have been much more than, or at least a little more, but it could have been much more than what it was. The build, there wasn't much of a build on or anything, but see what they do in time and weeks to follow, and maybe a month or so to follow, but see what happens. But it was there.
Yeah, it was definitely there. Either way, that was not great. So the next one would have been Otis and The Miz. Right? I remember that, right?
I believe so. Yeah. We'll say Otis and Miz.
Okay. So they have Tucker turn heel on Otis, hits him with a briefcase for Miz to walk away with the Money in the Bank contract. That feels to me like it was an audible that they didn't have any idea what to do with Otis and him cashing in and Money in the Bank. Am I wrong?
I'm halfway with it. Not totally on it. I felt like it was if they're not going to have him cash it in, hold it for a while. I guess this is the next best thing you can do. I just hope they don't make their rivalry into almost a low card. Hopefully, make something more out of it. I think they will. There's definitely money into it. But I was surprised to see it. But I guess it's time for them to take the briefcase off of Otis. That just sucks the way it kind of went down. I was hoping for Otis to win, but I guess they felt like it was time to take care of that. And maybe they felt like this was the time to do it, being we're getting closer to WrestleMania season.
I would have been fine. So, So I think Otis could have cashed it in and lost and been fine. I have a feeling now they're going to have Miz cash it in and lose, to be honest with you. I don't think he's going to walk away with the title. I think he's going to try and not accomplish it.
For all he's trying to do is like it's like a failure of, hey, you did all this dirty deeds, now it ain't paying off. So
yeah, it's
then interested to see who he cashed it in on when it happens. I would say he's gonna cash it in on the Raw side, honestly, but
you think it's gonna be the Raw side?
In some ways, I don't see him cashing on Reigns. Honestly, I just don't see it. I don't see it